Running the show by Lauderdale, Jones, Scott, and Smith, Winston, Leak, you better act right. Don't drive slow and be wild at night, 'cause you need to know that if you do, that Scotty Ray is watching you. He's everywhere, he's everywhere. That man is faster than a scalded cat. If you do something dumb, then you better run with haste. Scotty Ray's at a wreck before it ever takes place.
And welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie as we begin this Thursday morning, the calm before the storm, I guess you could call this.
That's it. So say we don't get any of this storm that's going to be north of us for sure. What we're going to get is extreme wet everywhere with frigid temperatures, which means the roads are going to be froze. There's going to be ice, especially on bridges. We may not get a storm full of sleet and an ice storm, but we're still going to be in a very dangerous situation, especially when it comes to driving up and down the road.
And Sunday night is when we're really going to see this with that rain during the day and then getting to 17, Odie, that night.
Raining all the way to Sunday.
Now,
so
and
everything's going to be wet.
I made a comment a few moments ago about most likely superintendents and the city of Meridian will start talking together by Friday afternoon, because that forecast will be so defined as Monday's coming, and we should be hearing announcements either late Friday, Saturday about Monday, because they want to take precautions to make everybody safe.
Yeah, I mean, these school buses are heavy. Even with our temperatures rising above freezing during the day, can the sun get down to this ice? And once it melts, can you dry it up? Because then that's going to refreeze that night. It's still going to be a dangerous situation.
Sunday, we're looking at a high of 44 with rain, with temperatures falling steady throughout the afternoon to 17 that night.
Yeah.
And then you get up the next day, it's going to get above freezing barely there, but we're going back down to about 12 to 13 that night on Monday night. So Tuesday, it gets up to 45, 50. So it'll be major differences as we get into that. Whew.
Yeah, it's going to be cold, that's for sure, and make sure that you've got adequate heat. Still have chances of power lines and trees falling. That's not out of this equation at all.
And we don't want anybody to think that you've already gone and gotten your supplies. That was a waste. No, we are not out of the woods. The main storm will be North Tennessee, that area that gets that what you would call the granddaddy storm. But we're going to have effects from this.
Well, I mean, it was pushing down on top of us, and then there was a high pressure that came along and says, "No, I'm going to push you back up." So we were lucky. But we're not completely out of the woods.
See, look, as our high on Monday morning is only 36 all day. That's just 4 degrees above freezing. Say temperatures change just a little bit. Yeah. It would be rough there. And I'm telling you, Tupelo is not the place to be, or South Haven this weekend. It's going to be cold. Wind chills 5, and we could even see 15 in the Meridian area.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean this has changed every day, sometimes twice a day. Forecast has changed, and there again we'll have another weather briefing today and see exactly what we're expecting now. We are still working to try and get a warming station.
We got it right here. They've made the announcement.
So we've got a meeting at 10 o'clock this morning to discuss that.
St. Paul Street, they will open up on the 23rd at 5 p.m. Now, you've made that comment about you got to abide by their rules when you go in. They'll be welcome through the evening. Doors will close at 7 o'clock, Odie.
That means you got to be in there. Not 8 o'clock, it's 7 o'clock. If you don't show up.
Now, 5 to 7 is a 2-hour window, and the following morning you've got to leave at 7 o'clock. They wake you up and say it's time to go, and you can't stay in here all day. The center will reopen Saturday and Sunday, the 24th, beginning at 5, and again, the doors close at 7 p.m. That's the way it will work. You have a 2-hour window each time to do that. And as you said, you're going to be meeting, and y'all have more about this. Those generally are our main warming stations, are they not?
Yeah, I mean that's going to be the MCCSA. I mean that's where we always set up and we always use. Now you got to get up and go part is going to be weather dependent. And we're going to try and make this available where it's good for the ones who need it.
And I do not know this. I hadn't spoke to Eric Clark. I don't know what happens in the Neshoba County area, if there's anything there, if we've got something in Newton. And Butler, Alabama as well, Livingston and those areas. If y'all have got those, please let us know so we can pass that information. It's amazing how this can help other people with the power of information. So let us know if your area has it. No matter where you're watching from, we'll be glad to get this information up for everybody.
Now, one thing we're going to be meeting today about is if we lose power at 10 o'clock at night and trees are coming down, that 7 o'clock time is going to get reopened. I mean, there's going to be some criteria that's not set in stone. That is it's a template. But yeah, we're working on something, and so many people wanting this to do, but yet we're still having problem. People coming and saying, "Hey, I'll be glad to help." So we still need some help. We still need some people to come down there and help push this through.
And we will get with emergency management out of Newton County to find out what their plan is on all of this. It will be that too also.
And Red Cross, we would love to have them. They do help, but they can't do anything official because this is not a disaster. It's not a storm. This is just weather, and they have guidelines that they have to follow. And just because it's cold outside does not justify activating the Red Cross, but they do. Melody helps anytime we need anything, and she's got 9 counties she's got to help.
I activate emergency situation anytime it's below freezing in my house. It's tough out there.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at radar again here to do an overview of those who missed our first show, as we talked about what was going to be going on. Now, we got a lot of fog this morning in Hattiesburg. And again, this storm is going to be moving across Mississippi, as you see here, northeasterly into Alabama. What we've got as you get into Leake County, that is under a winter storm watch. Also Hines, all this area here, Madison County. As you get, this is Winston County. Now, I want to remind you, right here, this is the northwest corner. Let's move on this a little bit closer here. Anything north, and let's turn on location so you can see here. As you get right here, Arlington Baptist Church, anything north of Arlington in this area here, 19 joining 25 in this northwest corner, pay close attention. It's not going to get to this county and go, whoops, I can't cross that line. It's going to be messy right there as it cuts into this county as well. And look at Noxapater here, up 15 as you get in here to Lake Teocata. All of this area is going to be in it. Now, does this also mean that we're going to have some issues here in Noxubee County, Macon, Mississippi, Sugar Lock? Yes. Do not let this fool you that it is not under a winter storm watch, because stuff blows right across there. It's just not going to be as bad as it is to the west as you get to Columbus Air Force Base. And Bully's going to be catching it as well as Oxford.
I bet Bully going to have on
he's getting a blanket.
A blanket and a scarf and a whole jacket and everything else. But, it's just like all these illegals that come into our country over here and they just walk through. It's kind of like this weather. Just because it comes to a county line doesn't mean that it's going to go around it, because they don't belong there.
That's right. Look at that.
Through.
As you look at this is Stark Vegas. We see that Saturday we got a 90% chance of freezing rain and snow on Sunday. 32 for the high, 13, 9 on Monday night. It's cold in those areas. Up here at Iuka, Job's, it's close to the same place there. As we look at that forecast there, 5 on Monday night. I can see the
Are you missing anything before that 5? Like a 1 or a 2?
It ain't there. And you're only going to get to 26 during the daytime. This will be some kind of miserable when you go out. When you get up here near Macon, let's look at this. 9 Monday night, 14 on Sunday night. It's going to be slick in these areas. Below freezing. Now.
Dan just made a good point. You know that girl that that made that video I sent you, and she's all freaking out and everything else and crying.
Yeah.
Well, her wish just came true because there's going to be ice in Meridian.
Yes, it is. It is definitely going to be. Scuba, Mississippi. Kemper Countyans, pay attention to this. As we see that Friday night, it'll be right on that borderline 32. So you could see bridges that are a mess Saturday morning. 31 that night, Saturday night. So Sunday morning, going to church will be treacherous in Kemper County. Look at that low, 15 Sunday night.
15. And that's going to be warm compared to what we got Monday night.
12. So this will make, as you said, 90% chance of showers. This is going to make it treacherous for a school bus to roll in Kemper County. I'm not trying to be ugly by any means, but even if it quits raining, 4 o'clock, it could still be some messy situation.
There's going to be ice down there.
Yes.
You're not overnight going to get rid of the ice on the roads. It's just, it will not happen.
Dangerous, dangerous. If you travel from DeKalb, Preston, Scuba to Meridian to work, you've got issues come Monday morning that you need to examine before heading out. Go ahead and talk to your people if you've got employees that live in the outside counties and understand how tough it is to get to work.
Yeah, definitely.
And I understand there are jobs, y'all, that it must go on. It doesn't matter the day, the week, the hour that the job has to continue to help others. Hospitals, firemen, all these jobs like that. Mississippi Department of Transportation, those guys are going to be busy.
I tell you, it's gotten bad a couple times here in Lauderdale County, and we send trucks to go pick up dispatchers and tell them to bring some clothes because we're camping out at the office. And they'll stay there for a few days.
I think you can get them to change those trucks back to orange because I could spot them a whole lot better than that white truck.
Which one?
The MDOT trucks. I liked them better when they were orange.
Well, they did stick out like a sore thumb.
I know.
Oh, man. What we got coming in? Something good? But be careful with this. And your heat, I can't keep saying this enough. Make sure what alternate heat source, if you're running full electric, that you've got is going to be safe for indoor use.
What I was getting there was the call of, okay, power outages are most likely. We're getting into that high risk of power outages are going to happen. With everything that we just said, that's what that was telling me. And have you not gotten your generator ready? You need to. Make sure
carbon monoxide detector. They make these all-in-one smoke detectors that cover all this stuff. But you put your smoke detectors up high because heat smoke rises. And that's where you want your smoke detector. Carbon monoxide detectors, they go down because it's heavier than air. It goes towards the floor. 2 different detectors. You do not get a combination detector. They're not any good. By the time the carbonation goes off from up here, you're already asleep. The smallest child in your home, when sitting in a chair at their head level, you need to go a foot below that. So we're talking, if you put one, especially if you've got gas appliances already, but if you're going to use gas heat, foot to 18 inches off of the floor is where those detectors go. They don't go up in the air. They don't do any good up there. So make sure that you've got detection equipment in your home, even if you're going to use alternative heat sources.
I just got a message, and it ain't bad. We got a boo-boo over by the pilot. We got some trucks that have just tapped each other. So if you're traveling, what does it go to Web Drive around there?
Goes Web Drive all the way back around to
Structural.
Soloplex, and then back around the backside of Structural Steel and all that.
Could be a little delay there if you grab a biscuit and you cut that way.
Yeah.
Have you convinced Steve to put a McDonald's out here closer to us yet?
Not yet. I'm trying to talk to Steve to get us a McDonald's, even if it's just a small drive-through.
we could use that, couldn't we?
Just right over here.
It would be handy without a doubt there. Oh
yeah, it would.
The main we keep harping on all this because it is your safety that is at risk when it comes to all this. It's cheap, but that black ice, it's slicker than
Yeah, black ice, you can't see it. It covers your black asphalt. That's where the term black ice comes from. And it looks just like a normal asphalt covered road. But it's got a thin layer of ice. And if it's around a curve or you hit your brake or you hit your accelerator, you can go for a spin. Don't try and fight it. Go with the car as it's starting to make its turn. Get off the brake, let the motor slow you down. This is just like a rainstorm. You do not, under any circumstances, drive in this type of weather with your cruise control on.
Nope. It'll be rough on you.
Bad idea.
More on the way with Scotty Ray and Odie as we begin this Thursday calm before the storm.
Okay, so can we go over this just one more time? So when we buy a brand new air conditioner,
Environment Masters gives you the furnace for free.
But the catch is...
There's no catch, just free.
it's got to be like a cheap one, right?
No. And you get to choose between Linux or Train.
And all we have to do is buy a new air conditioner?
And Environment Masters gives you the furnace for free.
Can we go over this one more time?
Your piece of land demands the very best equipment. Kubota equipment. The #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. with professional grade mowers, versatile sidekick utility vehicles, and compact tractors that get it done right. All backed by unmatched dealer support. Talk to your dealer today to schedule a demo.
The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built in, are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group. Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray as we begin this morning. The calm before the storm, as we have mentioned there. I've seen a lot of people lining up to get those butane bottles lined up. We mentioned this yesterday, should the power go out, and there is a huge chance. Pick a room in your home, close off the other parts, and go ahead and pile up everything that you're going to need in that one room. That's right. So you don't have to keep opening these doors and letting the warmth that you've got in that room get out. Body heat keeps it there. Do not use stoves for forms of heat. We don't want you injured. That could happen there.
Sheets over the window, even if you've got some curtains. Sheets over open hallways where you don't have a door that can shut them off.
I bet you those little buddy butane tanks are like a hard item to get in the Meridian area right now. Louis, Philadelphia, I bet they're tough.
Walmart had some the other day, and you could tell that pile was dwindling. Now, they may have some in the back. I don't know, but get those. Be very safe with that. The little buddies, I had a text yesterday. Those are great. I've got one. They are indoor safe. Make sure if you get a butane heater, a propane heater, that it is a vent-free, indoor safe unit unless you are running a vent system.
Only bad thing I can say about a little buddy, and I've had this, and anybody that's deer hunted will know what I'm talking about. You set it and your foot taps it, and it's like 4 degrees and you're freezing, your foot hits it and it turns off because it's a safety measure. And then you got to go back through the level thing of trying to click it without making any noise to turn the heat back on.
Click, and when you're in the middle of the woods, that
ears go
very
ding,
loud.
ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, I've heard that. That's a heater, one of them upright walking critters.
I knew he was up there sitting there. Deer hunting is absolutely, and I haven't been in forever, and I hope to go at least once this year. But it is just fun to get out. And somebody was telling me yesterday that they'd never hunted. And I said, it ain't about what you kill. It's about hanging around with your friends and telling tall stories. It's kind of like fishing to a degree.
Yeah.
He was this big.
He was huge.
Right.
That fishing picture weighed 35
and
pounds itself.
I ain't gonna lie, 20-something years ago, Brent was with me. We were in scuba, and I shot one, and I sent him a text, and I said, he's a hoss. I got to the top of that hill and he had a shrinkage problem.
That cold weather shrunk him a little bit.
He'd got on a hillside. I was down at the bottom, and he got on top of the hill, and the sunlight was coming through those horns, and it looked humongous.
Maybe you shot the wrong one.
I'd like to say that, but
Haley wants to
I
go
can't even
hunting,
tell a
will you?
fib.
Haley, can you hit anything? Are you good with the sights to get you some deer meat? She's already asked Turnbow if he'd clean the thing for her. Maybe that's why she's wanting to go with you.
I love that line, Wayne. No bragging till you dragging.
That's right.
That is a good line there. We may have to put that on a shirt.
Kids, and this just kind of came back to me.
What's that?
Kids during this storm, and they don't have their room back there that they can go to because you're not trying to warm the whole house. Get their toys and bring some toys for them to play with. Coloring books, playing cards, board games. Have all that out in your day room. Well, your living room, I guess you could say.
Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Go ahead and have that, but go ahead and get some extra coloring books for the kids and some games for them to play.
I was looking at the numbers, and I didn't realize this, but they've estimated it will be 200 million Americans that are affected by this storm as it comes in. 200 million, y'all. That's a lot of us. And I cannot stress to you, and I need to speak with Julie. I am sure that EMEPA is getting contracts with other people to where they can come in, or if it's not as bad here, they will move north and help. But I got a feeling our guys are going to be busy.
Some of these other ones, they're staging to where they're already halfway here. And
Meridian is usually a big staging area.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're staging outside of us as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have huge areas for them to come set up. Now, when they come and set up, they bring their own city. And they set up and they start operating. Mississippi Power, EMEPA, both of them have sat there. They've got all their ducks. It may not be in our pond, but all their ducks are in some outlying ponds getting ready to force their way in.
I just looked at a picture of a grocery store in Oklahoma. Shelves empty, gone. And I saw some pictures from Alabama as well. Now, I have not treachered out and looked at our immediate area of how stores are selling. I hadn't talked to Joe to see how everybody's reacting with bread and water in those situations, and it could be here as well. But it is a coming. And Odie, it doesn't hurt to do this. This is just food for thought. You could go ahead and pre-cook some stuff to where you would at least have it already cooked in Tupperware, a little bowl. You don't have to worry about putting it in the refrigerator after Saturday.
That's why you go ahead and just warm it up over a fire outside. So we got a report earlier, just a minute ago, that Walmart was already out of those little propane bottles, but Sam's had some.
Okay.
I bet Bentonville, Arkansas has got a truck headed down this way.
Yeah, be there when you can get there.
Yeah.
And generators are becoming a very, very, very. Stores are being stocked, Daniel says.
All right, there
Make
we
sure
go.
To have your Coca-Cola
so you
there.
got Coca-Cola everywhere. And I tell you, when you're having a bad day on something cold like this, just reach in there and get you a Coca-Cola. And you can say,
Plenty of water as well. They'll take care of you with all of that.
Dasante. All
Good water.
Good stuff. So, yeah, they definitely take care
And
of
the great thing, and let me say this, if you deer hunt, you know exactly what I'm talking about, Dasonic. The bottles actually hold together. You don't touch it and it bends and leaks.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
The bottle, it takes a licking and keeps on ticking in the woods.
Marvin's, Bob said, had some. Marvin's Hunting Store with a few things of lumber in it.
Yeah, I hadn't quite figured all that out yet. If you ever want to go, well, I think I'll just stop.
Just keep going. You're going to end up somewhere else
It's
anyway.
not there. I ain't making fun of nobody, but it ain't never there. Sometimes you just got to tell it the way it really is.
Tractor Supply and the adapter.
But I'm going to tell you.
Now, them little adapters that go to the little buddy, where you can run off of a barbecue grill tank.
It goes. A
Them
lot of
suckers
people.
is nice.
And Ace Hardware just seems to have anything. It's the store with everything in it. If you need a screw, and I have yet to walk in Ace to where I wasn't greeted at the door, how can I help you? And if you say I need help, they go with you.
Come on, let me show you. Yeah, and gonna help you find it.
There's a big store up there near Walmart that you may wander around for 5 hours before anybody notices you're there.
Well, go down there. There's signs up there that tell you what aisle it's on. Find what you want.
But I'm telling you, Ace is friendly and they will help you if you need something there. When it comes to hardware stores, they are jammed up. I have to give them an A+ on customer satisfaction without a doubt there. If you've ever been there, you know what I'm talking about.
You got that right. Dollar General Lauderdale, plenty of water, plenty of bread.
2 full truckloads of water headed to Wally World now.
Look at there. DeSanti got the green top.
Yep. Buy it.
To all Walmart locations. Look at that.
Woo! All right, we've got updates of what's going on in the community. I happened to notice a big thing called Hercules yesterday, and I thought, well, I need to stop here. We'll talk about Hercules and what we know at this point. All that's up and coming. Scotty Ray Nody.
Welcome to Parker's Wholesale, located on I-59 South at Exit 80. Easy to find. Huge building. They're loaded up with toys, all your seasonal items. It's clean, it's neat, it's easy to shop. They got gloves. They got bolts of material for the people that want to redo stuff. They got plumbing, electrical, hunting items, fishing items, everything for all your needs. Go by and see them. Parker's Wholesale.
At Pettit Jewelers in Philadelphia, Mississippi, trust Nicole with your priceless heirloom jewelry. With generations of refined expertise, she ensures your cherished pieces are meticulously cared for. Pettit Jewelers, Philadelphia.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, day beds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
We've got some important news.
What do we got?
Highway 493, right around the Klondike sign. What would you do for a Klondike bar? At the Blackwater Road, there's 2 horses in the middle of the highway. So be very, very careful. They're cold, probably looking for a barn.
Oh, yeah.
But be careful. You don't want to come down that 2-lane highway and hit a horse.
It's about time also our friends with the goats over on, they hadn't broke out in the last day or two. I expect goats to be loose if you're up near Russell here in the next little bit. Always a goat out. Also, It was so warm this morning that Naked Man broke loose. He was boogie there down North Hill Street this morning about 4:45.
Well, he wanted to get his run in because it's going to be cold for 2 weeks.
He just ran right by there and everybody's going, whoop, there goes Naked Man. And we hadn't seen Naked Man in a few weeks or heard tell of him.
And you know, I went down the road the other day and I went by Dr. Shay Haley's house and I seen his goats. I was wondering, you know, he must pamper them goats.
He's got like 200 goats, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, they got a nice barn. I bet they're going to be in there sucking down some of that heat over the next couple of weeks.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Dr. Haley, take care of you. Bob said he went and bought one of those SR flashlights, and you can cook on it. We do not exaggerate. Now, when I'm out on a scene at night and you see all this and night becomes daylight, when you turn that flashlight off, do not touch that bad boy because it is. I've never held a flashlight that gets that hot.
And they make small ones, the Nebos, that fit in your pocket.
Yeah.
Be careful when you turn them off when you stick them in your pocket.
Could melt something, the lining.
Yeah, your leg, the skin. And it's hard to get that thing back out when it's sitting there burning your leg.
It'd be like Odie getting ants in his britches.
You got that right. I come up off them things.
They call him the street. You're right there. Naked Man on the scene there. Stacy had mentioned she was going to, and you know how you catch something out of the corner of your eye? We were during commercial break, and I looked up, and Stacy said she was going to NASA to get groceries. I thought, man, that's peculiar. And then I reread it, and it was out to NSA. NAS. Whoops. So be careful out there. It's going to be a lot of people getting those groceries. And be kind. There's more than one thing. If it's down to one thing, well, it's just the way it is. Don't be pushing and shoving over stuff like that.
That's right.
Nebo is the brand of the flashlight.
Nebo,
I've got the
N-E-B-O.
18,000 is what I carry in the truck, for instance. And it was just rule of thumb. After going to many accidents at night and you couldn't see, I bought one of those and it changed the entire world that I lived in.
You can hold that sucker up and see. Now they make flashlights that make you see way out yonder. Or they make this big flashlight where you can see everything around you.
It could be used at Keyfield in case of an outage.
Yeah, that beaker up there.
I'm
that
telling
was where,
you.
The Scotty Ray beaker sign came
It
from.
works. Well, and I'm not going to lie, is it a little bit more expensive than your average flashlight? It sure is, that big one. But if you use it when you got to have something, it's well worth your dollars that you put into it.
Recharge. We'll go down to Al's Garden and Gifts, and he's got the whole line, not just that one flashlight. He's got the whole line.
Yeah, whatever size fits you. As I mentioned, I had, do you know those little cute little strawberry candies that you can
just kind of gooey on the inside?
On the inside, they're strawberry. Well, I'd gotten me a bag of them, and I dropped it in the floor of my truck, and I was digging for it because I didn't want to waste it.
Less than 10 seconds.
Right. Well, no, I hadn't even opened it up out of the package. I dropped it, and it was rolling around, and I was chasing it. And I leaned up, and I thought, they were Hercules.
You keep chasing that down, you're gonna be first on scene.
And the back door was open, and I said, well, if the back door's open, Hercules is rolling, something's supposed to happen. And sure enough, this would be we'll put it, and we'll have more details on this, 28th Street area is what I will put this. And let me hit play here, Odie, of what we've got here. We have one person after a search warrant was issued, one person taken into custody. Now, they have not revealed what was taken during the search warrant, but we do see that one person taken into custody there. And as they come to the car, they're armed, and several agencies were involved in this. And again, we should be getting more information on this today from the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department and all the other agencies that were involved in this. If you'll notice, he's sitting on top. You can see a lot from up there.
Yeah.
A very important place to be. So they were out early yesterday working, making the streets safer for our area. And that's what we like. If there's something going on that shouldn't be in a neighborhood, they're there to take care of it. We'll find out soon what all that was about before long.
Talking about those Nebos, you can get this. It's called a smart light bulb. I don't know how it really works, but I don't care, but they do. Looks like a regular incandescent light bulb that you screw in, and when you cut the light off, it goes off. But if you lose power, that light stays on. It's got a battery in it.
I have never seen anything quite like that either.
Yeah. So they are good to keep around your house and at least have one in your 3-light ceiling fan and one on this lamp, and you will have light inside your home. And when the power comes back on, it will recharge the light bulb.
When you're a politician in the great state of Mississippi, it's usually best to talk to your constituents. And what I mean by that is the people that elected you on what they like to do instead of hanging around a group of old boys that go, we'd like to change this because we don't like them over there. Well, all of Mississippi is stirred up. Have you read all this?
No, I haven't.
Whoo, have mercy. I even called Jeff Tate, and he ain't voting for it. He want to go on record. I ain't voting for that because people are mad.
All this, you got to have a lot of property for...
Yeah. House Bill 828. Here it is. I want y'all to read this. And the guy to talk to is Justin Keene, is the Republican House Republican representative that proposed this bill. Basically, it gets in there. He don't want you to run dogs unless you own 2,000 acres of land.
Continuous acres.
Continuous.
Yeah.
That cuts into your rights. It is so deep, and I've got the exact bill the way it's written up. I didn't want any questions. This is it from top to finish.
Now, this is covering any fur-bearing animal.
Correct.
There are some people that fall into that category.
There you are. But read that, and right here, let's look at this. You ever heard the term crawfishing?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I went to his Facebook, and, well, he's trying to crawfish. As you'll go there. There he is there. He says there's misconceptions. No, there wasn't a misconception. You didn't want anybody less than 2,000 acres of land to be able to run a dog.
Oh, that's why it's called the English language, and we go learn how to write.
Absolutely. But read what he's got to say, and we're 2 years away from the next election, but that ain't good when you go against the will of the people. I don't know why he thought he could do this. He's into real estate. Is that got something to do with it? Maybe. But
and also, if a animal, and this could be a hog, a boar that's tearing up your garden or anything else, you can't defend your house anymore with this bill. This bill says you've got to go and apply for a permit.
Yeah. I have yet to find Odie one comment that goes, I think that was a great idea. There ain't nobody likes this man.
Yeah. Any fur-bearing animal.
And let's just go ahead and show his picture here. I want you to be able to recognize him real good there. Here he is. Let's click on that. There he is. Let's zoom in a little bit better there. There he is.
Is that a wolf in sheep's clothing?
It's something. He done proposed a bill that the rest of Mississippi does not care for. Write him, call him, let him know how you feel.
I'm tracking this bill down.
What kind of
this
bill
is national. It started out as the 8281 called the proof of citizenship to vote. So to vote on any election, you've got to show your proof of citizenship. 46% of the people of the House voted no.
That's the House now.
That's the House.
In Mississippi or nationwide?
No, this is national.
National, okay.
So 221 Republicans voted yes and 4 voted no vote. 5 Democrats voted yes, 198 voted no, and 10 voted no vote. 221 to 198. 23 people made a difference here. The law already says you've got to be a citizen.
I agree with that.
And this is saying now that you've just got to show proof of it. 46% of our national lawmakers went against this bill. The Senate took up on it, and they didn't even vote. They said nope, so it dropped. No action. So this is coming back up. But let me tell you, you've got crazy stuff like that happening, and you got crazy stuff like this happening. You got to let your voice be heard.
And I saw this statement early this morning, and I really want to put this down the middle. It was about I think it was I don't know which type church it was. If it was Methodist, if it was Baptist, or I don't know, but they were having church services. And this guy breaks in, and he's of another one that worships another god, and began praying to whoever he is. And the church made the comment that they allowed this to go on. And the guy that wrote this said, no, you didn't allow it. You were just conquered by another religion allowing that in your church. And I agree with that. They were conquered by someone. They didn't go, nuh-uh, Jesus Christ is the one that we worship in this house. You're not allowed in here to do this. But yet they allowed it. Reminds me of another example that I told you a few months ago. If y'all remember back, you'll know what I'm talking about. You were conquered. You don't do that. You better stand up, because the end of times will be here, and you'll have to answer for these actions one day that you do. You may think, oh, there's nothing to it, but that is denying God, in my opinion. That's all I got to say about that. We'll be right back. More on the way.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
Hi folks, Paul Brown with Dixie Buildings. We're here to take care of all your building needs for your personal and your business needs. That includes portable buildings, carports, sheds. Don't forget your hunting camps are coming in. You can start out with our 8x10s. If we cannot haul it, we can build it for you on site. We have 2 locations, one on Highway 19 South and our home office just around the corner on Long Creek Road. Just give us a call at 601-483-4943.
Advanced Auto Glass by Joey can handle all your windshield repair and replacement needs. Service work is guaranteed and covered by warranty. Our technicians are professional, auto glass trained, and have over 100 years of combined experience. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey utilizes in-house calibrations for vehicle safety systems. Most insurances are accepted, and reliable mobile service is available in surrounding areas. Keep cars cool and secure with custom tinting, side mirror replacement, and AquaPal windshield wipers. There's one clear choice in auto glass repair. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. A little uproar in Kemper County as we cover this. Water leaks have become kind of common here lately with Portable Water Association, and we've had some issues there in the Scuba area. Highway 16, they've been doing some repairs. They had to do without water again last night because it did malfunction. They were trying to repair something, and they couldn't get it fixed. So supposedly by noon today the repairs will be made. Now I had someone that sent me an inbox and said, why are you covering this and you didn't cover it when it was somewhere else in the county? Well, I didn't get that information, and I tagged on there on the page of how you can send us if there's a water outage. Now let me be honest about this. I called, this was a few months back, I called Portable Water Association and asked to be added to the list, and they told me that I would have to contact their attorney before they could do that. It's a boil water notice. I don't need an attorney to get that. I don't get that. So if anybody is on the board of Portable Water Association in Kemper County, please explain to whoever's there. I don't know who she was or what she does, but you can email this to the media so the rest of America can find out that you're doing without water. Again, that's Portable Water Association in Kemper County. Again, I don't get all the notices, and they want to know why I done this, that, and the other, because that's how I get the information. So that in a nutshell, if you know anybody that's on the board of Portable Water Association, that's Kemper County, please advise and to where we can be added to let the rest of the people know when there's an issue with the water in that area.
Yeah.
Plain
Dan,
and simple.
There is something going on. There was some money available. I'm not 100%. Deals with the Long Creek water in the dam over there. We're gonna reach out, see if we can't get a representative to come on and a supervisor and talk about some other stuff, but and talk about Long Street. So we're not disregarding your question. We don't know.
Yeah, if I don't know, I don't know.
We'll find out. So, but yeah, thanks for bringing that up.
A lot of things being worked on behind the scenes, and when it becomes a headline, we'll be on it. I know I get asked, like, why don't you, until it becomes something, I don't touch it. When it becomes, we'll be on it. We'll be there for you.
And this is something that's been going on for a while, and they were working on some stuff, and it goes through DEQ, and it's a lot of hoops to go through, but I know they are working on something.
And I'd like to hear from the group, and I know this has been an ongoing issue in Lauderdale County for years as we get to the Briarwood area where it was annexed by the city of Meridian. I know that they are fighting this to get out of the city of Meridian. Where is this? I do think before long it's supposed to go to court again. And I haven't gotten an update on it lately from that association that filed that lawsuit that go, look, you ain't done enough for us. We're paying taxes, and we feel that we deserve better than that. We had a once growing, and this is not the current administration. This goes back to at least 2 decades to where they saw that area out there, Eagle Point, growing, and then the city of Meridian grabbed it, took it in, and then boy, that growth went. It quit growing because the taxes went up. And ever since then, the people that were still there have been trying to get out. Will it happen? I don't know, but we'd like to know more about that. That is a concerning thing for people that live there, and it has been for years. It gets people flared up, as they say.
Keep that going. Carl, call the school and call Lauderdale County road department, if a street sign's down, hopefully somebody turn that in that, hey, we've knocked a stop sign down. I can tell you, if the county doesn't know, they're not going to know to go out there and replace that stop sign. Very important. So
and Rush doesn't mind. I text him all the time when I see something that's down.
Yeah.
Hey,
they want to know, but call Lauderdale County Road Department and they'll get that on there and get that put up.
I was somewhere yesterday, Odie, and they had never heard the song. We all know who the Village People is, the majority of people.
YMCA.
So that's the first thing to come to it. But I said, you don't know In the Navy?
Yep,
in the Navy. Well, bless her heart, she put in her last day yesterday at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply, and now she is headed off to be a member of the United States Navy there. Elena Harding put in her last day work, and she is being shipped. She said she wasn't quite sure if she was going to end up in Guam or where it was going to be. And I said, wouldn't it be funny if they stationed you at NAS?
They ain't going to do that. Wherever you want to go, do not put on your wish list. Towards the end of boot camp, they're going to say, hey, where would you like to go? Don't put here. Put where you don't want to go on there. And you have better chances of not going there.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. But enjoy it. Boot camp's hard. Well, nowadays, I don't really think it is.
It used to be.
It used to be. But, yeah, congratulations, and thank you for making that step to serve your country.
They did get garbage pickup in Eagle Point area there, we're finding out.
Whoop, whoop. Look at there.
So that's in the works. And it's real weird because, Northeast was in the county. Now it's in the city. And it's just...
So Northeast Volunteer Fire Department...
is in the city.
And the City of Meridian Fire Department is in the county. But
it was a land grab. We all know that.
Yeah, but they cover it all. They do good out there. That's for sure.
But we'll see where this goes. But I really think they've got some momentum this time. I can remember Jimmy Smith being asked about it, and he goes, no. And that's all he would ever say, no. Well, there you go on that.
We'll see. Keep us posted on that.
Yeah, we'd like to know more about that as it gets closer there. This was a huge announcement yesterday.
And now we're not talking about the cold ice.
We're talking about the other bunch.
Yeah.
Shad White made a, let me just pull up the logo where you can see this. They made this announcement yesterday, Otis. They are teaming up the state auditor's office along with ICE to better serve Mississippi. If you'll read that article, it tells you all about it. A partnership has been formed now between the state auditor's office and ICE, and they will be working in conjunction while checking your books. You might get arrested.
If you're that girl that made that TikTok video, go get one of those small paper sandwich badges. It'll be okay.
If you saw the video, you'd get what Odie's. She was in a panic there, passing Odie's office. I mean, she could have had a spasm.
It's ice. Yes, we do have ice in the building.
There was a water truck. It was the meter truck. The guy that goes checks meters. That's all it was. Ask before you panic.
Oh man, it's tough now.
Not everybody was blessed with. Well, y'all fill in the blanks there. Hey, this is coming up. The Clark County Chamber of Commerce is getting ready for a big shindig as they'll have a banquet January the 26th beginning at 6:30 at the First Baptist Church there in Quitman. Of course, Daniel House is going to be there. We've got Jeff Tate that's going to be there as well. Skidmore is going to be throwing some food out, and as we all know, he does great food.
Oh, I wish I wasn't busy today, because today real day.
Oh, day is in it. Day's Thursday.
Yeah, boy.
I got to make a trip. We ain't been down to see him in quite a while.
No, we
there. Miss all of our meetings that we had down there.
Yeah.
Always good times that went on there. They were cutting trees, and this is one of those little narrow areas yesterday, and this is why we put this up. They had that roadblock. This is PSD you're coming up on Point Rexall area.
Yeah.
Beautiful area there. But they were trimming some trees, and, that blocks traffic for just a little while. That's what was happening there yesterday. And we got to say congratulations. They have now moved on out of 50 to the top 5.
Five.
And if I am not mistaken, this car was from Philadelphia. as we go to Mike Goldman Customs. They are now in the top 5 there, and it will be voted on. We wish them luck. We hope they win the trophy for the entire thing. But congratulations to Steve and Lee Ann Weaver. They're the owners of the car. Mike Goldman built it. Home run 1964 Corvette. Look at that thing. Let's get a better.
Is that not beautiful?
Look at it.
Yeah. Man.
A beautiful car there. So congratulations on that. And we hope we're telling you later on that they're a winner from this. Scottsdale, Arizona is where they are.
Top 5 there, already a winner.
We can't brag on our folks from our area. Meridian and the surrounding areas just have the talent that comes from our area.
Twin States, they push out the same type of professional vehicles. Man, they're good.
Let's see what else is going on. We had a bunch of winter weather maps that we went over. We had this sent in yesterday. This was just a beautiful picture. We always feature. Miss Thelma sent me this. Isn't that pretty?
That is pretty right there.
There you go there. This is about where the old train tracks used to be as you go over the 22nd Avenue.
Yeah, them look like train tracks are still there.
Yeah, I was talking about this building that went away there.
That was where Nabisco was at one time.
It sure is. My, oh, my. This was, when I was a kid, Leisure World. Do you remember that? They used to sell scopes and hunting equipment. It was umpteen dozen years ago. Leisure World.
Oh, Todd Kemp trying to claim Mike Goldman as a Clark County boy.
Ooh, could be.
Oh, look at there, but his shop here in Lovedale.
If Todd Kemp tells you something,
it's true.
You believe it. I just.
Yep.
I got a lot of faith in Todd Kemp.
He knows more than Encyclopedia does.
Yeah, I think they called him.
Yeah, he wrote 3 of them, Britannica.
We can't spell it, but that's okay too. We'll be right back.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Heblon Heating and Air Conditioning to save the day. We can keep you comfortable with special savings for your home, like up to $3,000 off new HVAC systems or a tune-up for just $69. Keep the power on with a generator. Get $200 off installs and 0% financing for 60 months. We do it all at Heblon Heating and Air Conditioning and offer financing options for any repair or installation. Call for a free quote or visit us online at HeblonHeatingandCooling.com.
For over 40 years, you've been able to count on Watt Equipment in DeKalb, Mississippi. They've got your Massey Ferguson's brand new 23 up to 135 horse cab and air tractors. They've got all your hay equipment needs, all your bush hogs. If your tractor needs it, they got it. Also remember, they service all makes and models, whether it's green, orange, blue, red, or yellow. They can get your parts in, they can do your service on your equipment. Don't forget Watt Equipment, DeKalb, Mississippi.
Cody, I was talking with some rehabilitated criminals the other day. And they were telling me how they missed the good old days when we had the Smith administration, where you could rob banks in town on a bicycle and get away with it. Y'all remember the good old days?
Pulling a wagon.
Yeah.
Michael Ray finally got out of the shower and decided to join us on the show today.
Well, there you are. Welcome, welcome. But we had a bank robbery yesterday in the great state of Mississippi, in Oxford, Mississippi, in hotty-totty land. It wasn't within 2 hours of robbing the bank that they were caught and arrested, and they're headed off to jail. That's kind of the way it works.
Yeah.
But with all seriousness, banks are just not a thing to rob anymore. The technology that will track you down, unless you're on a bicycle, will get you pretty quickly. I mean, you can go in the woods. You remember that? Went out in the woods.
So you can pull out that whole stack of money, talking about, and it go poof.
That's what happens.
And you're blue or red or whatever, and you ain't getting that stuff off.
I don't, it's not the old days to where the train is coming to town and you ride beside it and jump off the horse and
yeah.
You know, they never showed back in the old days how they got off the train.
The horse rode back up there and picked them up.
Oh, You just whistled at the back of the train and he ran up, and you made your escape.
Exactly.
But that happened in Oxford yesterday. They've made an arrest in that. Thank goodness that they've caught them. What else is going on? We had a fire in South Haven, lost 2 lives. How horrible that is to lose lives there.
Yeah.
And here's a big one there. You don't hear much about this anymore because there's been such a crackdown on it of someone doing things with dogs they shouldn't.
Yep.
Like they do with chickens. 5 people have been arrested, and they are going off to the pokey there. They're going to be charged accordingly for doing that and mishandling pets. You don't do that. They've been caught. Batesville area up near Memphis, right there at the state line is where all of that happened there as we look at that. I'm trying to remember what state this was from. Phoenix, Arizona. As we often talk about the police and the things that they do and the unexpected things that will happen. We had a police officer in Phoenix, Arizona lose his life. He had stopped at a gas station, was inside getting a drink, and somebody goes, this guy up here is being rude. There's a line to the bathroom, being rude and yelling at everybody, and he went up and he ends up getting shot and he lost his life over that. And that's what we always talk about. You never know what you're going up against as a policeman, and you leave home. You don't know what the daylight. And why did this guy do it? I don't know. Horrible. It's the same thing as at night you walk up to a car, you don't know what's in there. Support our guys. They do a job that most don't want. I don't want it. That is not the job for me. You ever ate too much and got fired? I'm serious. Like, Odie shows up and says, Odie, you done put on 5 pounds. I just can't do this no more. Man. Valerie Bertinelli, you remember from One Day at a Time?
Yeah.
She was married to Van Halen.
Yep.
She done got kicked, y'all. She was a Weight Watchers chick, and she put on a couple pounds, and they said, you're gone. It was in your contract. And that happened to, what's her face also? Not Oprah, but the lady that died that was on North, Kirstie Alley. Oh. You remember when she gained? Yeah. She got to eating too many Fig Newtons and put on a little weight. They fired her too. Boy, they don't put up with it over there.
Well, I mean, that ain't good for business.
Well.
When you're skinny when you started Weight Watchers, but after a year you're bigger than you were.
What happened to Marie Osmond? Did they can her too? Did she put on some weight, or she just quit?
She probably just quit.
Because, Marie was kind of plump there for a little while, and after she got on it. But that would be a tough job. I wouldn't want it because,
had to go get a weight loss surgery.
But Valerie Bertinelli kicked off of it. And she's a sweet girl. Okay, maybe she did put on a few pounds in that picture there.
Yeah, well,
maybe the camera
it's cold. Maybe she needed to warm up.
But they didn't.
Many people's going to be colder this next 2 weeks than we are.
My. I mean, I don't know what them contracts. Careful what you sign is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If your contract says you can't eat more than, I wouldn't make it. I ain't
gonna try it.
Did you know that Vanna White done got married? She dated some old boy for 14 years, and they secretly eloped and got married. She's 68 and just getting married there. Have you seen the picture of him?
Huh.
Who does this guy?
She jumped.
I don't know, but he's still balanced with her. There she is. That's her new beau. They're married. He's a real estate developer. His name is John Donaldson.
She probably bought 3 or 4 houses.
That's possible there.
Bought her ex-husband one.
Was she married before? I know nothing. I don't know nothing about Vanna's.
She's got a family with him, and I don't know. I can't remember what happened, but yeah, he didn't work. He sat at home and spent her money.
I don't blame him.
I wouldn't either.
I've been trying to get Angie to let me do that for years. I just noticed she was in a magazine one time. Is all I knew about Vanna White.
Bob said now she's free to do commercials for Little Debbie.
There you go. See, there's a silver lining to everything. Yeah. Valerie Bertinelli's got to look on the bright side.
Look. That's right. The bright side's out there.
It is. Use it to your advantage. Hey, we had a boo-boo on Highway 16 yesterday in Neshoba County. This would be near Goat Ranch Road.
Uh-oh.
Let's look at this truck here. We got some damage to it. 3 vehicles were involved, and you'll see got some damage there. No major injuries, but boy, it sure did cause a traffic backup, knowing something. And it's always scary when it's rainy and wet like this and traffic is stopped anytime. As you'll see that little knoll there, that can cause havoc a little bit later there.
And that's going to be the big thing if a boo-boo happens with these icy roads, you got to give way time and space on these roads to stop. Because you can't slam on brakes. Hope
No.
you don't hit nothing because you're going to hit them.
We did have but we're getting this from MBI out of Jackson. There's an MBI investigation. If you want to read more about this, in Macomb, Mississippi, an officer-involved shooting. We got the story there for you. As always, they'll give us updates of what MBI is investigating and dealing with officers and what they do every day. But a big story on that they're doing as well and watching that. Let's see here. Do you remember the cop we talked about in Uvalde? Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yeah, that
Texas
didn't go do anything.
He went to trial. They were going to prosecute him for not doing anything, and he was found not guilty. So he is free to go. Interesting there.
You'll have to eat, whatever the defense was.
Well, out in Texas, things are always a little different. Maybe you work at a fast food restaurant, and you just think, well, they're not paying me enough. So as people come up to buy their hamburger, you just double charge them and pocket half the money. There's been an arrest in Texas for doing just that.
Wow.
If it sounds too much, if you're at a drive-thru, seriously, and you go, that doesn't sound right, question it.
Well, they got prices, so you know what to expect. You may not agree with how much it costs, but they tell you what it's going to be on the menu.
Now, I've been guilty of this too, though. Now, you pull up, you're on your phone, and you pause for a moment, give your order, and they take it, and you go on, you're still on the convo, and the speaker's above, and you hand your card, and you never look.
As cheap as I am, I'm going to find out. You said how much?
But I can understand that happening to people accidentally, but that many times it should have been caught on to it before then. That's what we know about that. What's her name is still sticking by her husband in national news, and I'm talking Little House on the Prairie, Laura.
Yeah.
Her husband being charged of possibly having something to do with children. She's still sticking by his side and not walking off from that at all. They're referring to this as Daddy Trump came to town. Again, all the details have not come out yet, but always remember with Donald Trump, it's the art of the deal. Whatever he asked for in the beginning may not be exactly what he wants. We know very little, but everybody backed down that was going, he walks in the room and they're like, okay.
Hey, how are you?
Good to see you. Boy, did you hear him eat up that old boy wearing the sunglasses? Him and his aviator. He chewed him up and spit him down. Now, and let's be honest about this. There's a lot that we don't know. But this piece of land could have been taken over, and it's in between. Russia wanted it. China wanted this. The United States needed it to keep peace in the world. As we have, and he went into the remarks after World War II, the United States gave it back when it should have been kept in U.S. hands. There is agreements to where the bases will go that will be U.S. soil. We don't know how much, but all are signing up and going in line with what America wants. Sometimes you got to have that guy that knows how to do business, handle things, because I just don't think Joe would have done the same with the pressure from the press of, he's picking on people.
Joe wouldn't have even thought about going over there and trying to do something with the land.
And this is for the future of America.
Neither would Bush.
No. So that's what, and again, we don't know the details, but always remember there's a deal that he's making. He made the threat of, I'm going to raise your tariffs, and that got some attention with these countries. Thought maybe we should listen.
Yeah.
One of them said something about military force. He said, what'd you do, last 6 hours, the last fight you were in? What you gonna do? He tells it the way it is. So we'll find out more about that. We'll be right back and do birthdays next. And also, we've got the devotion of the day. All that's up and coming. Those LS tractors are rolling in to Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 in Cicalina. Keith and the gang will have a LS tractor that fits your needs, from a professional end of it, or maybe it's just deer plots that you need a tractor for. Starting at a 26 horsepower, 40 horsepower, or even larger. Don't forget to ask about that 0% financing as well. Parts, a new tractor, or a tall tale. Drop in today to Freeman Tractor, Highway 494 in Collinsville. Call them at 626-8759. That's Freeman Tractor. Rockhouse Gun and Pound, located at 5430 Highway 19 North, is ready for spring. From weed eaters to push and riding lawnmowers, and one of the largest selections you'll find in chainsaws, along with power tools and generators for backup power. Maybe you're in the market for a TV or maybe a guitar. And not to mention a large selection of diamond rings and Louis Vuitton purses. The Rock House Gun and Pawn even has a private lobby for your pawns for confidentiality. Visit them today, Highway 19 North, Rock House Gun and Pawn. The Scotty Ray Report Studio is sponsored by Environment Masters, providing hassle-free heating and cooling, plumbing, and electrical services since 1957, and now serving Meridian homeowners.
On a hot day chasing crime in Meridian, to make a man thirsty, there's no better way than an ice-cold Coca-Cola to quench your thirst.
Or an ice-cold Diet Coke if you prefer that flavor.
No matter where you're at, stop by a local store and support that store and Meridian Coca-Cola. They're supporting us every day.
Welcome back. Your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie, and the youngest ever inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame. Guess who we're talking about?
It got to be Taylor Swift.
That's her. She is in there now.
Like her music or not, she is very, very, very talented.
And she is in there. Congratulations. I think it's a few more black, Love Story, one of those songs that went in there. And there's several more that got inducted into it also.
But, there's one thing that Taylor Swift has in common with every one of us out there, and that is she runs heat and air and everything else, and sometimes even her unit may fail. So she needs to call Environment Masters and say, hey, I need the Scotty Ray special.
$29, baby.
$29 to get it looked at and checked to make sure everything's still working good. So don't go through this entire winter season not knowing. Call Environment Masters and have your unit looked at for inspected to make sure it's running at its peak performance, which will also save you on your energy bill.
Sure will there.
$29.
We don't know much about this, Odie, but Bill O'Reilly, if y'all remember, who used to be on Fox News, who lost his job over, women, as we just break it down. Something's wrong, and he hasn't told what. He released on his website that he is ill, hasn't given many details, says he will be back soon, but will be working behind the keyboard, putting news, but just not live shows because of an illness. We don't know what it is, but hope Bill gets better there.
Yeah.
And do that. What we got in birthdays?
We got a few of them. Let's see. We've got Matthew Hassan's got a birthday. April Rogers. Christy White Jackson, keeping everybody at the Lauderdale County Road and Bridge Department on the right track.
Yes, sir.
Tom and Gail Butler celebrating 55 years together. Happy anniversary. Kim Garrett, Joyce Nichols, and Alanya Spears has birthdays today. So happy birthday.
Well, we got our first person headed off to jail, and this is that NBA scam that we were talking. 2 years is what they'll get. Woohoo! That gambling scheme. Yeah.
That means he's going to be out in about 3 weeks.
Well, you could have a point. Sounded good to say it, didn't it?
It sounded good, yeah.
So that's what we know about this at this moment here. We do have ICE officers moving into the area of Maine. A lot of arrests coming. We'll keep you updated as that begins as well.
They're going to freeze.
Ooh, Maine is not the state where it's warm.
No.
It's not like sunny Florida. Well, as we depart, we always do a Bible verse. And Odie, what'd you find for us today?
Let's see. This here app is going to take us to Philemon 1, verse 6. I pray that your partnership with us in the faith may be effective in deepening your understanding of every good thing we share. I didn't know this thing was going to be a whole lot more than that. I got to find the rest of it. More. I don't need. There's more.
It ain't giving
One
you
of
more.
these days, I'm gonna. Well, no, I can't pre-read it. Understanding of every good thing that we share for the sake of Christ. Your love has given me great joy and encouragement because of you. Refresh the hearts of the Lord's people. And share His love and what God's done with you to your friends out there. Show what God can make a difference in their life with. Smile, make someone's day. We heard something yesterday, and I can't get this out of my mind. Billy shared this. And
Billy
with the rodeo.
Oh.
And he said, if you were given everything you asked God for yesterday, what would you get?
And what he was meaning by that is, did you say a prayer yesterday?
And did you talk to him?
There's a
Did
lot
you
of people
ask
that go,
him?
oops.
So what would you, if you were able to receive everything you asked God for yesterday, what would you get today? Boy, let that bounce around your noggin, because it's been bouncing around mine. Y'all have a wonderful day. Friday, be here tomorrow. Stay warm, stay safe. We'll see you then.